Hello ladies, thank you so much for joining first off my group, and second off thank you for joining this this live. I'm actually going to share it really quickly into a couple of other groups, but I want to introduce myself. I'm Melissa Bledsoe. I've been a professional makeup artist 12 plus years. I've been kind of in the makeup industry, we'll say. My mom was a Mary Kay lady pretty much all my life, so I kind of knew that I loved makeup and couldn't wait to play in it. But yeah, here I am, and I wear everything Senegence, and it makes me happy, it makes me feel good, and like I've legitimately never had as many compliments, people seeing me in person, people seeing me in pictures, than I ever have in any other makeup. So it's really made a difference in my life. My picture game, per se, has changed a lot over this last year with Senegence. So I wanted to kind of share with you ladies a couple of things about taking pictures and also like doing your lives, and in general kind of things that I found that work. So biggest thing, I want to start with kind of showing you guys my setup. So I'm going to turn my camera around and then give you a little tour of what I'm got going on here. So okay, so here's my little spot. I've got all my lip scents over here. I've got all my glosses. Okay, see, seriously, this is going to be one of the things we'll talk about. Okay, so here are all my gloss colors. There's all my blush, my liners, mascara, everything. Keep my shadow scents up here. Okay, so here's really what we came for. This is my ring light. So this is a 12-inch ring light that I purchased at the dollar store and then turned into this ring light. So that's where I want to start with this. Hold on one second. I'm actually going to share this. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm going to flip around real quick. I'm going to figure this out. Okay, so that's my setup. So biggest thing, start with good lighting. Good lighting doesn't have to be expensive. If you're starting out like I was, I made this ring light for about $30 or so. I ordered the stuff on Amazon. I got the ring from the dollar store. So super cheap, inexpensive, and it's very, very effective. If you saw my pictures earlier, you can see the difference in the progression of my pictures. Okay, so here we are. So let me share into a couple of groups. Okay, okay. All right, so first thing, like I said, is good lighting. So you don't have to have anything major, but like I said, these lights, they're LED, they are out, I believe they're natural lighting, so it's really nice, and I get super, super clear and bright pictures. Like I said, scroll down in my feed and you can see the difference between a ring light and not having a ring light. One other thing, biggest thing from those 4 pictures, so let me pull those up really quick. So first thing, biggest game changer, lighting. Second thing is a lot of these pictures that I showed you earlier, like big common thing is there's a lot going on in the background. And what that does, especially in this picture, let's see if I can zoom in on it. The picture's not bad, but it's focusing on everything else behind it. So then the picture becomes blurry. So making sure to not have anything in the background, whether you're just in a plain wall, if you have a place in your house that, you know, you have a pretty clear wall. I had my awesome husband made me this little setup. So it's just a little curtain. It's actually double-sided, so I can switch it up if I want to, but I'm a sparkly girl, so I pretty much leave it that way. But definitely investing in one of these, or like I said, my husband made this. So it can be done, but that is super helpful because it keeps your camera, especially when you're doing lives like this, it will keep your camera from focusing in on the light or the, you know, whatever's over here, the book and all of that. So another thing, hello, Miss Taylor, thank you for joining. Another thing is when you start to see yourself, so what'll happen when it starts to focus on something else. So I'm pressing on a different area on my camera. See how bright and light my looks? Oh, I spun it around. Oh, how did I even do that? Okay, so you do that. Your face looks super bright. Press on your face and let it focus back on your face, and then all of the light around you is going to adjust. So Taylor, I did this video for actually for YouTube. So I've been having some issues having my videos be blocked. So like I said, I did this earlier. I'm going to post it on YouTube, and I will definitely post it here. It was garnet rose gold glitter. See, like that shine in the middle. I did some pink posy and some sandstone pearl shimmer, and then I started with a base of whisper pink. So super excited, really love it, but I will let you know as soon as that is up. So definitely plain backgrounds, like I said, even when you're taking pictures, because if you don't, it's gonna end up focusing on that and you're gonna get blurry. Also, well, actually, let me keep going and then I'll get into that with like the close-up. So other big thing is when you are taking pictures, and this is like on a budget because I am not a rich woman by any stretch of the imagination, I use my iPhone. So I use, instead of the front facing camera, which we're on now, which is great for lives because they're not, you know, I'm not doing a demo right now, so it's fine. Use your back facing camera. It's so much clearer. And then the thing is, you can get really close on whichever specific area or your face, press on that area, and then your phone will focus on that specific area, and then your picture is going to be clear. So definitely helps quite a bit using that back camera. I don't even have, I think it's, oh my gosh, I don't know, the newest feature, I forget what it's even called, but yeah, I don't even have that feature on my phone. So just kind of, you know, get to wherever you want to take that picture, and then I'll move on to that too. So sharper and clearer. So second thing is, like I said, my setup. You saw in the picture earlier, I have my ring light. I have mirrors behind it because I have a vanity. Then I have a mirror inside my ring light, so that when I'm doing demos and I'm getting close, I can see already how I'm going to look in my camera. Or whenever I'm doing close-up pictures, I have this mirror, and it's actually an adjustable mirror, so I can move it this way or, you know, shift it however I want. I will adjust that just right, and we'll pretend this is the camera. Have my camera like this, looking through my camera to my mirror, and get right in, you know, position however I want it, and snap the picture that way. Then I'm already seeing the picture that I'm snapping, and I know that it's in the right area and all of that. So that's definitely a helpful thing, to have that mirror behind you. And then I already went over, whenever you're there and you're in your close-up, if you're doing a close-up of your lips and you're right up on it, you're going to be taking probably, I take a picture about from here to here. That's a lot of other areas to focus on, mostly your nose. So take it, get it in position, press on your little lips there, press on your eye, let it focus, and then snap like a billion pictures. Not really, but for real, get to snapping when you're in focus. Okay, so another thing is, I look portrait mode. I just have it in normal. I don't even have portrait mode on mine. I was trying to think of that. Thank you. Mine's just in regular mode. I just, you know, focus. I know portrait mode that actually might be good if you focus on your lips and do portrait mode, because portrait mode is supposed to make everything in the background kind of fuzzy or disappear. So that actually might be good. Let me know, like leave a comment on here and let us know how that works, if that helps. But yeah, so it's not a pretty thing to watch. My stepson and my husband have watched me take pictures of myself. It's super silly, but you know, you want to make sure you're accessing the light. So the light's, you know, right in front of you, but you also want to pick your angle for your lips. You know, you might want to have a pouty bottom lip. You might not have this dip in your lips like me, and you might, you know, have a fuller upper lip. However you want to do your lip pictures, you know, to the side or, you know, tilted head back, whatever you want to do, pick your pose, figure out how you want to do it, and then get into the light and make sure all the light is accessing your lips or your eyes or whatever. And don't be afraid to move your phone around. So I'll be like this, you know, tilting my head back just to get that right angle. And like I said, once you get it in focus, click it. And another thing I want to show you really quickly is don't be afraid. I mean, most of like our phones and everything, most of them have tons of storage. So don't be afraid. Like, this is what I do. I literally, especially if it's a day that I'm working, like I will click through a ton of pictures. And then I have kind of a system of how I go from there. So, let's move on. Yeah, so take your hundreds of pictures, get them on there. Next thing I like to do is go through, and especially if you have an iPhone, I'm sure any phone, if you have it, will work, but go through and pick your best pictures. Pick the clearest pictures, pick your best poses, pick, you know, the ones that are most appealing to you, and start narrowing it down. Then you can get rid of all the other pictures. And then I will go through and I will do a little bit of editing on my pictures. There may be a, you know, full-size picture of you where you really like the eyes, or you really like how your lips are, or whatever it may be. You know, crop that area. Use that Pixcollage app that I posted. Put your tag on it, whatever it is, and create that new graphic. So yeah, don't be afraid to do a bunch of pictures, and then you have such a better chance of getting a really good picture. Because ladies, I'm not like 1, 2, 3 and I'm done. It's like hundreds of pictures. I mean, on my Sugar Skull one, it was just like, I mean, it was pretty ridiculous. There were so many pictures and videos and things like that, because, you know, you can go back and delete it. It's not permanent on your iPhone or any of that. So, you know, take as many as you want. So like I said, take the clearest ones and then I'll crop them. And then I will put, for me personally, on my lip ones, I will edit those slightly. I will blur out my skin just so that you'll notice if you look at a picture that's not blurred and look at one that is blurred, you focus more on the lip color itself than distracted by, you know, skin texture, or if peach fuzz, or, you know, pores, or whatever it may be. You can really focus more on that. Now, that being said, there are other girls that I've just noticed this recently that are actually, they're blurring out parts of their eyes. And I know, I noticed this more on just the single colors. But again, it brings a lot of focus just to that one specific area. So keep that in mind. If that's something you want to do, you know, find your blurring app and make it happen. Also, you'll find the right intensity that you want it at, and all of that too. Okay, and then I think that's really it. I don't know if you guys had any more questions for me, but again, use your back camera app, use your light, use your angles. Also, first thing I do before I start a live or anything, this time I didn't do it because I forgot about using the back part of my camera, wipe off your camera lens. That's another big mistake I used to make, and I was just like, oh, I have a crappy camera. You might not have a crappy camera. It might just be that, you know, a lot of times my finger goes in the little slot of the camera, so that's what ends up happening. So okay, I hope you ladies enjoyed today. So I was on live in my Lips and Lash Love group earlier, and I did a little mix, but I wanted to switch it up. So I have a group, and just like a project I was working on before I had surgery, that it was a 50 Shades of Lip Sense that I was going through all of the colors, and I got most of the way through. And I documented it on Instagram on my Lip Love Pics page. So I'm back at it. I have a couple left to do, and then I'm going to go through the limited edition colors, and then I have a ton of mixes. I'll be adding them to this group. Feel free to use the graphics, just don't remove any of my watermarks. Also, later I can go over kind of branding like this and how I created this little beauty right here. That's a whole kind of long technical video in itself. So my lips are Luxy Berry. I will be getting these pictures up soon, like I said, right next to the ones I just posted recently and on my Lip Love Pics page on Instagram. So like I said, if you ladies have any questions, there's nothing super magical about it. It's just using your angles and just kind of being aware of working smarter and not harder. So thank you, ladies. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you love my page. If you love this video and found it helpful, please feel free to share it with a friend and have them join the group also. Thanks, ladies.